This Jersey girl has no filter.
So are you getting a lot of hate?
Yeah, a lot of hate.
Bullshit. No.
Welcome to BS with Bella. Welcome back, everyone, to an episode of BS with Bella, and I'm with Trace Ford today. How are you, Trace?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. Finally, I got you on the podcast. I'm so excited to talk about, your football journey. So let's get into it. So how does it feel, getting into your final year of college playing football?
It's kind of exciting and sad at the same time,
Yeah.
just ready. I don't know. It's kind of scary, going on to something else, so it's gonna be fun though. I'm excited.
Is that like your end goal is to go into the draft after, or do you kind of playing it by ear how it goes?
Yeah, and I mean, that's my dream,
Mhm.
since I was a kid, I wanted to play professional, so I feel like it'd be kind of cool to make it to the league,
Yeah.
I'm very competitive. Plus, I'd rather play sports than work in an office, so.
Transitioning from, OSU to Oklahoma is a really big move. Is there a reason why you left?
No, I mean, there's a lot of injuries, I tore my ACL 2 times in a year, and they're just tough on me, like just being around the stadium, the field, it just kind of scared me in a way, just kind of just like a little bit of anxiety, and
Yeah.
I just felt like it was time to start new. I graduated from there, so I was just ready to kind of move on.
So OSU is a big rival to Oklahoma. How have you gotten some hate along the way from transferring there, or you kind of just like, you block out the noise?
I block out the noise, there's
Yeah.
plenty of hate, but that comes with the transfer portal these days and going to your rival school. So,
How do you approach like facing your former teammates? Like, do you keep in contact with anyone, like friendly banter with your former teammates?
yeah, I mean, I talk to a lot of guys on the team still, I'm still friends with a lot of them. Saw a Thunder game the other day with a lot of OSU guys, and yeah, I mean, they're my friends. It's not no banter really because
Yeah.
we're done playing them. But that one time we did play them, there was a lot of smack talk the week of, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was a tough one. Pretty
So
rough.
why did you choose Oklahoma? I mean, like you said, you go in the transfer portal. Was there any other schools that were catching your eye, or did you kind of want to stay in the state?
I mean, I had options. I'm a mama's boy,
Yeah.
I really like my parents. I'm 30 minutes away from Norman, and it just made sense in the moment. Coach Venables is a defensive icon in college football right now. He's very, very well known for his scheme, and I was just kind of excited to learn from him and be close to my parents at the same
Yeah.
time.
As a senior player, how do you plan on being a leader to these younger guys on and off the field? I know, especially you're going into your masters, you're one of the older guys now.
Yeah, uh, that's scary. Just being a vet on the field, just experience. I've been there. I'm kind of like a liaison. I can talk to coaches. I'm not afraid to talk to them and speak my mind, talk to players. So I think it's just the fact of just doing the right thing and showing the guys the right way, not letting them get off track is the main focus for me on the field and off.
Team chemistry is really important. And like you said, you went from a rival school to Oklahoma. How did you create the connections with the team, and what does the chemistry look like this year for
It was welcoming for the most part. Some guys gave me some banter, just like, oh, nah, First day, actually, we had a team meeting and I didn't have a backpack except my OSU backpack. So I go to the team meeting with my OSU backpack on, and they made me take it off immediately. They threw it away. They gave me a new one, but everyone's like booing me. So I mean, but it's all friendly though. I mean, I've
Yeah.
made a tremendous friendship since I've been here, and I feel like I'm at home. So, just chemistry that was built along the off season and the season. I'm excited. There's a lot of young guys on our team.
Yeah.
So I mean, that will be just something, to a lot of guys are gonna get a chance this year that are young, but
Mhm.
yeah, I'm excited. I mean, the SEC, it just feels
Yeah.
natural for the University of Oklahoma to be in the SEC, I'm just excited to see what the teams are like and just play, and I'm very confident in our guys and our squad right now as it is. And we add more people in the summer, and right now I'm very confident in the guys we have. A lot of competitive, real good young men that really want to win, and so
Yeah.
I'm not scared. I'm not nervous. I'm just really excited.
Do you have a favorite team you want to play, or are you like a certain game you're more excited about than others entering like a new
Uh,
league?
No, I mean I'm looking forward to playing Ole Miss just 'cause it's at Ole Miss, and
That's cool.
same for LSU. I think LSU. I know it's like really hard to play night games there, but I'm hoping it's a night game just
Yeah.
because like I heard that 1-to-1, like no one have like it's really cool. So I'm excited for those two for sure.
You've been playing football for a while. Looking back on your like college football journey, what has been so memorable for you? Whether it be a game or whether it be a moment.
My freshman year, I sacked Jalen Hurts, and I thought it
Oh,
was yeah, and I thought that was one of the coolest things ever. Seeing him on the Eagles right now, what he's doing. I'm just like, I'm definitely gonna tell my kids that I sacked that guy. I think just like the people I played against, Brock Purdy, guys like that, Bijan
yeah.
Robinson, just playing against a lot of guys who are in the league. I think it's really cool, and hopefully I can join them one day and play them again. But for right now, that's a really cool experience for me.
For aspiring football players, like you said, transferring schools, what advice would you give people who are transferring schools or too scared to do it?
At the end of the day, it's what's best for you. So
Yeah.
you gotta do what's best for you. It doesn't matter what people say on social media or what your coaches say, whatever is best for you is the route you should take. You shouldn't be afraid to leave anywhere. That's only growth. You have to be afraid to grow. So I think just doing it and jumping in if you need to and staying if you don't do it for fun. So do it if you need to.
What do you bring to the team of Oklahoma this year? What would you say your key skill is, or was something that you're working on for this season?
Um, I'm a big comedian in the locker room. So that doesn't really matter, on the field you would think. But I think it's really important because guys see me and they just kind of feel happier, when they're down. I come over there and like dapping them up, getting them really like feel good. So I
Yeah.
think that's very important off the field. And then on the field, I think I'm just really excited to develop my pass rush and really get after the quarterback. I'm really hoping for that 10 sack season coming, and so I'm excited for that.
Like you said, you played all these, well-known athletes that are now in the pro. Is there a certain pro team you would love to be on? Like if you had to go and get drafted to any team, which one would you pick or which one would you think about going?
The Miami Dolphins, 100%.
Really? Why is that?
Yeah. I don't know, straight out since I was born, just Miami Dolphin stuff's all in my household. My parents, my dad loves them. And so I just kind of grew a fan of them early on, and I was ever since I've just been diehard for the Dolphins.
Did you ever live in Miami or you always lived in Oklahoma?
I've always lived in Oklahoma. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I haven't even been to a game, but I'm excited. I mean, I want to go to a game one day.
Yeah. Do you have a secret talent or anything that no one knows about you?
I'm actually really, really, really good at chess.
That's wow.
Yeah, chess is a
When'd you get into
special.
chess?
I was playing as a kid. My dad introduced it to my siblings and me, and we'd play all the time for fun. And I got the chess app when I was in like fifth grade, got a phone, and ever since I've been grinding on that. So
Chess is a hard game to learn.
I think it's pretty simple. I think you just got to learn it. You got to try to
Yeah,
learn it, and once you try, it's smooth, but it's very strategic for sure.
that's interesting. Do you have any
Yeah.
interesting hobbies or any interest that you want to pursue, outside of football?
Uh, I am a very advocate in fishing. I like fishing a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, so any chance I can get, any spot I can find, I'm
Yeah.
always casting the line. So I think if I could be a professional fisherman after football, that'd be the prime route to take.
That's interesting because
Yeah.
you're like in the Midwest. Would you go East Coast, West Coast?
That's a great question. I East Coast preferably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would you want to move in the East Coast, Miami?
That's a little too much for me. Gulf Shores, Alabama is more of my speed.
Okay. Did you vacation there or?
I've been there before. No, I mean, I've been there a couple times. I like Alabama, Louisiana,
Oh,
those
cool.
places.
When it comes to like games and when it's like game mode, do you have like a ritual? Like I know some people listen to like the same song or someone wears the same sock or they make a certain playlist.
Uh, yeah, actually, I mean, it's not like a every week ritual, but it's kind of a thing of like if I have a good game or have a good practice,
Yeah.
I try to simulate exactly what I did leading up to that game or that practice. regardless of like what I was doing. That like I try to remember it and do that. So
Yeah.
if I was listening to a certain playlist or drinking ate certain food, I'm gonna eat that same exact food. And I try to keep that streak alive. And then once I have a bad game, I kind of stop doing that until I have another good game and stuff like that.
How is being a student athlete? A lot of people talk about like mental health and working on it. What is like some advice, or have you gone through challenges being a student athlete now, 5 years as a student athlete?
Um, I mean, mental health is real. I used to make fun of people. I used to not believe in it in like middle school, high school, and then I tore my ACL, and I kind of went through a rough patch myself where I was like, "Well, I've never been this sad in my life," and
Yeah.
so it definitely made me open my eyes to mental health and how important it is to check in on your brothers and your teammates and your friends. So I mean, it's a real thing though, and definitely with football every single day, it's gonna start wearing you down.
And what advice would you give people who, struggle with being a student athlete and, doing everything, because it can get a little overwhelming?
I would tell them sink or swim. Find the people like some friends that you can really just rely on. Or either if that's your parents or your friends from home, but find someone you can hang out with outside of football or any sport. Get outside of that sport. Your identity doesn't revolve around that sport. A lot
Yeah.
of people think it does, including myself at once and one point in my life, and it doesn't. And it's so once you get out of football, like once I go home, I'm not thinking about football, unless I'm watching film or something. I'm
Yeah.
playing the game, hanging out with my friends. We're not talking about football, I'm free. And so that's why I would say just find hobbies outside of the sport you play.
Find like a balance almost.
Yeah.
And I think that's like
Exactly.
a really important thing is when you're definitely a player, like having your own identity outside of sports. Cause like you
Mhm.
said, like it gets a little overwhelming, but you are a person at the end of the day too.
Exactly.
So OU loves to give back, and I see you guys are involved with like a lot of charities. Have you done one that you absolutely loved or had a memorable experience at?
With OU?
Mhm. Or even
Um,
OSU if you did something over there.
no, yeah, I think they do art with the heart. I'm sure you've heard of it from Pete.
Yeah.
But it's just I thought I went last year and I thought it was so much fun. Like I was so happy I did it. Like it just seeing the kids' faces, they like sell art for their medical bills and some of the art's really good and like people just bid on it and they're just super happy and they're all dressed up in dresses and tuxes and it's
Yeah.
it's just really fun, it's a good time.
So is Art to Heart with the Oklahoma Hospital over around there, or?
I believe so, yeah, in downtown Oklahoma City.
Nice. And you guys do it as a team. How would you say that experience is, seeing your team members not only just like be in a practice or game setting, how is it like in a charity setting or even in a social setting as well?
I mean, that's exactly how teams are great. They build good chemistry outside of the locker room and that's what something Venables is great at is getting the team outside of the locker room, doing a lot of events, a lot of like charity things, a lot of just get together meals with the team, with the guys. And so I think just it's great. I talked to a lot of guys last year. I was brand new, a month in, kind of
Yeah.
shy guy, kind of just in the corner, and I opened up to, like 4 dudes there, just kind of like really started talking to them, then became friends with them. So it's great for the chemistry.
How is doing that walk of champions? Like you said, you've only been there a year. How is that energy walking down the street, knowing like OU's fan base is nutso?
It's electric. It's really cool. I mean, it's something I like every time I put the glasses on, because I'm kind of nervous. So I think it's really, really cool though. OU's fan base obviously is nuts. So I think it'll fit perfectly with the SEC, but I think that walk is really one of a kind.
Do you have like a stylist, or do you pick your own outfits? Like how do you come up with like your looks?
Yeah, I just do not have a stylist. That's not me. I got 2 or 3 suits and I kind of just
Rotate them?
rotate them, might switch up the shoes, might switch up the tie, but
Yeah.
I'm a pretty basic guy. So
Because my brother's pretty like
oh yeah, yeah, he comes with a purpose every Saturday, that's for sure.
he
Uh,
always needs some advice about it. So I didn't know, like, some guys like, go through their suits, they get them double checked.
yeah. I mean, I know some guys that be wearing designer shoes, designer jackets. They got the veneers on. I'm just
Yeah.
like, you look good. I can't do it. I can't do it. You look good.
Have you ever interacted? Did you have like a personal, memorable experience with a fan, or have you done anything with the OU fan base?
Well, there's actually this one kid who went to my high school, and his name's Justin, and he has special needs, and he's like a diehard OU fan. And so like when I went to OSU, I remember being funny because he was like talking to me in the hallways and stuff, like what's wrong with you, kind of. And so now that I'm here, he's like sits behind the 50-yard line of our sidelines, like from 45. And so like I'll hear him yell my name, or in the walk, I'll see he's got the walk, and I'll hear his name, and I'll come over there and just hug him. He was in the bowl game in San Antonio in the
That's
hotel.
so cool.
So
So you like
yeah,
followed you there.
yeah, I mean, yeah, he was just coming to see the game. He's a big OU
Yeah.
fan. It was just cherry on top when he saw me in the lobby. He was like, "What the heck?" So it's something. It makes me feel really good seeing him and just making him happy. All the way from high school here. So that's a good memory of mine.
During the game day setup, you're locked in? Is there like a playlist or like your favorite artist you only listen to on a game day?
Favorite artist, but I like to listen to a lot of like just kind of like smooth, calm music, like country or
Really?
laid back. Yeah, just because I'm already hype. I'm already amped up. I'm already like, let's go. Like, I don't like sitting in the locker room. I don't like the warm ups. I'm ready to go on game day. So night games already suck for me. So yeah, I just like to calm down and just relax before the game.
So like you said, you're a big Miami fan. Is there a game you would be dying to watch, whether it's played already or future game? What game would you love to sit on and watch?
Like with Miami,
Yeah.
Miami Steelers. That's definitely the matchup I'd like to see. I mean, That's the Steelers are my second favorite team. So
Wow.
I think it'd be awesome to watch the Steelers and Miami play. I think that'd be really cool. Actually, in Pittsburgh, I had a 50 row on the 50-yard line, second row tickets. That would be the dream. That'd be
That's
sick.
very too dynamic. Like that is
Yeah.
very two different areas. You got like Florida and you got like Pennsylvania.
I mean,
What made you go to the Steelers too? Is it the people on the team or is it you got to
I
connect?
was a very big Troy Polamalu fan.
Okay.
And I just thought, I think he's the reason why I started liking football. I didn't really watch it. I just like playing around, but I started watching him, and I was just like, holy crap, he's jumping over the
Yeah.
line, centers, and I was like, this dude's a freak. And so ever since, I just love the Steelers. I like how they have a black coach,
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin. So I just kind of just like authentic, kind of
Yeah.
different from everyone else, in my opinion. So I just really bought onto him.
Have you always played football or have you dabbled in other sports before?
Yeah, I played baseball and basketball and track. I started playing football in like seventh or eighth grade.
Mhm.
And then I was on JV until like junior year when I started taking it serious, and then got some offers. So it's pretty cool how it turned out.
What offers did you have in high school? So you had OSU, obviously.
I mean, I'd had probably every Big 12 school except OU,
Oh, wow.
um, all the Pac-12 schools, and then a couple SEC schools, maybe.
Cool. So
Yeah.
you wanted to stay in state is basically the goal.
Yeah. Just two great universities are 45
Yeah.
minutes from my house. I don't see the point, honestly. I just don't see the point.
Yeah. If you had to pick anywhere to live after college, where would you live?
Ooh, Colorado, maybe. Colorado,
Really?
yeah, or Arizona.
Wow. What
Mhm.
what made you choose those two?
Arizona, it just makes me feel like every time I'm there, I just feel like I need to do this. I need to get better. I need to be
Yeah.
great because just like the weather is so great out there. It's just the air is so still, and then Colorado is just so beautiful. They have so many streams that I would love to go trout fishing and fly fishing in.
Oh,
They're just
cool.
the scenery is beautiful out there. So I think that Colorado is a really cool place.
How many bowl games have you been a part of in your college career?
Played in or just part of?
Part of, played in?
5.
5. Which one was like your favorite location at?
Scottsdale, the Fiesta Bowl.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience.
Yeah. Scottsdale, Arizona, right?
Yeah.
I'm the
Mhm.
worst with geography. Like so in like cities. Why Arizona? Was it just the field and where'd you guys play at?
We played where the Cardinals play in
Oh,
Glendale.
nice. So you played at a big level stadium.
Yeah, yeah, but it was just well, it was already a big bowl game. You know, we got PlayStation 5s, and it was just a cool experience. You know, I met Johnny Manziel while I was down there. You know, I
Awesome.
just yeah, and I didn't play that game. I was recovering from injury, but just the whole atmosphere of the game. We were down by like 21 against Notre Dame, and came back and beat them. We were the underdogs, and it was just like it was the perfect way to end our season. You know,
Yeah.
that's how our season was like pretty much went. Like we're the underdogs always, and so I thought it was just a pretty cool experience.
Pretty cool experience. Now, overall, looking back on your Oklahoma last year, what was your favorite game you played in, or what was kind of more memorable for you, playing in that League One last time before changing?
Um, Definitely for me playing at OSU, even though we
Yeah.
lost, it was just crazy.
Yeah,
That whole day was just a blur. It was just so much. It was just like wow, like
it's like full
uh,
circle. Like,
yeah, like seeing your ex. You're just like whoa. You're on the other side, it's just like I'm getting booed now and stuff. I'm just like, this is what it's like. It's just a cool experience to see it on both sides because Bedlam's obviously one of the biggest games for me
yeah.
growing up in childhood and watching and playing in. So it was just like wow, like I don't know, it just felt like history.
How are you going to work with these new transfer students? Are you going to like relate to them on a relate to them on a level? How are you
Yeah.
working them in the mix?
Uh, Same as any other player on the team. I definitely been there transferring from last year, so I definitely make sure to talk to the guys, especially the guys that kind of quiet like I am. But
Yeah.
same as everyone else, once you're in that locker room, you're my boy, like you're my teammate, like what's
Yeah.
up? Might take a week or two to warm up, both of us, but I'm not mean to a guy on the team, there it's immediately friendship.
If you had to be on a desert island with anyone on your team, who are you taking with you?
Probably Jacob Sexton. He's a country boy. He's
Mhm.
been born and raised country, and he likes the outdoors, and if I need to survive, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you gotta take the
Plus,
survival one.
plus he has some meat on him. I'm just saying, he's a big boy, so it's a win-win.
If you had, three people dead or alive come to a OU football game for you, who are you wanting there to watch you?
Probably my grandpa. He's not here no more, and he was like a diehard OSU fan, and he died like right when I became like a freshman, so
Yeah.
wasn't much that he got to see. So that definitely him, and then probably is it Lance Armstrong or Neil Armstrong that landed on the moon? Is
Neil.
it Neil?
Yeah.
Well, I wanna ask him if it was real or not. So I would love for him to be there. That's 100% positive. And then definitely my boy Juice World.
Yeah.
I've been rocking with him. Oh, there we go. That's three people that I would love to be at my game.
Well, thank you so much, Trace, for coming on BS with Bella and, talking about your football experience and transferring and getting to know you on a personal level.
Appreciate you. I mean, it's nice being here.
Tune in, guys, next week for another new episode. And thank you again, Trace, for coming on. This Jersey girl has no filter.
So are you getting a lot of hate?
Yeah, a lot of hate.
Bullshit.
Welcome to BS with Bella.